Okay, this is the Scragg mill I built, and here's the hydraulic controls. This is just a setting for the motor on the back for the speed. This one is an on and off, and I would like to change that over to just a back and forward valve. And this controls the speed of the feed, this one here. And I have an old Chrysler combine engine on it, and what we did was we just took two pulleys, the one from the engine and another one on the drive for the blades and the hydraulic, and then to engage you just push this lever down until you tighten the belt, and then the belt would go and that would drive the blades and the hydraulics. And then you just pin it and you're good to go. And then we left a big hoop so in case you had to really in a hurry, pull the pin out and drop that. Underneath, this is where the double drive for the saw is. So this pulley drives the shaft that drives both blades. Now these are edger blades, but even with that I decided to put a little bit of lead on the blades. So it's a 1/4 inch kerf plus a little bit of lead so they don't heat up. So even if you jam them, very seldom would you heat them up. And so they turn pretty good. I don't have a tape measure, so I can't measure how the height of the blade is here, but to adjust it, get Roxanne to come close. The whole setup is on a movable mount. Even the conveyor is on conveyor belt guides are on the same movable mount. The drives are right here, they're solid, but the guide or the roller that drives them is right here and it's solid, but the guides are on the mount, so it brings the conveyor belt out with when you bring the blade out. And it's just done by these two bolts. They're just a bolt weld or nut welded onto ready rod, and that just by taking that out, you move the blade in and out. Now around the back here. So when you move the blade, you got to come up here and get quite a bit of the rust off, and then you got to move the pulley, drive pulley out a little bit with the blade mount, with the blade setup, and then that's how you move the blade out, in and out. You're only moving them an inch or a fraction thereof most of the time anyway. So I use the chain to pull the log through. It's 80 chain, and I'll show you over on the other end. It's got little blocks welded on, certain lengths spaced out, so that those blocks pull the log through. Once the log has started through, this thing, once it's starting, this thing grabs it and holds it down so it can't buck up if something happens. And these are just to spread the slab over, and so as soon as the slab goes through, it splits off, hits the conveyor, comes out the end. So this is the hydraulic pump. It's driven here, your reservoir, and it goes down to the controls over there. The fuel tank up there, and the air breather, the old combine engine. So we'll come around this side. So I've got enough length between here and the operator station to put an 8-foot log. But even if all you had was a trough out back here and you flip the log into it and had one of these little blocks sharpened so that they were sharp, it would grab the log and pull it, start pulling it through. So come up to show you the blocks. These are the blocks I had welded on, but what I was going to do is just take and grind it off with a cutting wheel and make a sharp point, 2 sharp points, so that it was enough to grab the log and pull it through. Or maybe some other kind of system, I'm not sure yet, but that's what I was going to do. So this is how it is. This one is set up for about a 4 foot. These spacing is for about a 4 foot. So when it's running, I'd have this off, the hydraulics off, and I'd pull 4 foots. I'd have a couple of 2x4s down here. We'll roll them down here, flop them onto this trough, and then just pull this up, turn it on, and sometimes I'd guide it in, but most of the time it just would guide in itself and it just gone through. There's a guide wheel, or a wheel just to make sure it doesn't jump before it hits the blades, or as it's going into the blades. It's just a heavy piece of steel, and it's adjustable.
Yeah, I'm about to lose power here.
So it's adjustable up and down, so it holds it as it goes in. That's about all I can think of right now. I would like to, instead of having this, I would like to put a backward and forward valve, so that if something happens, the helper on the other side could flip up that bar and then you could reverse the log back. But we never got that far.